Hey, what up? It's Ty 1822. WWE has to build the Diva division around AJ Lee and Paige. Now, a couple weeks ago, AJ Lee made her return to Monday Night Raw. She was telling Paige she wanted a rematch for her Divas title. And Paige was like, you know what? When I debuted, you fell for it and I defeated you to become the new Divas champion. So you expect me to do the same thing. So she was going to give her a title match. So then they had a match. AJ Lee defeated Paige to become the new Divas champion. So then, you seeing AJ Lee and Paige have some story involved with their feud now. You had them in a tag team match last week. You had Paige, talking a lot more. Now she's the heel. Paige is the anti-diva. Now she can be the anti-diva because as a face, she was never the anti-diva. You got AJ Lee, who's the crazy chick. So you have these two characters right here. And you look at the rest of the Diva division, they have pieces to make a solid Divas division. Now, AJ Lee and Paige will have, a couple, pay-per-view matches, maybe 2 to 3 for the Divas title. Now, you got these two Divas, and you got them a storyline, and people do like, because the crowd do like AJ Lee. You have a lot of Paige fans, but now Paige can develop more into a character as a heel now. And you have girls like Naomi. You have Natalya, who's the veteran. You had Brie and Nikki, who improved so much over the years. And you still have other divas who still need improvement. But then you can bring some divas from NXT to make the division better. So they had the pieces to give us a good Divas division. The last couple of years, the Diva division just been horrendous. It's always called a bathroom break match when, you watch their matches. Oh, yeah, I can't forget Tamina. Tamina, another, girl who can go in the ring. So, it's time for WWE to give these girls storylines, give these girl characters. I already mentioned AJ Lee and Paige have characters. Naomi, you can bring her up next. You can have Natalya, in the picture. So they can have divas who in storyline and who can have good matches. But WWE just don't put the effort into their Divas division for some reason. When you have these pieces in the Divas division, get us to care about the Divas. It been times when WWE decided to get Divas a storyline, it turned out well, some didn't. Like Caitlyn and AJ Lee. Didn't turn out well. But I remember when, they did the Piggy James storyline with Michelle McCool and what Layla was with her against, Mickey James. It was a good storyline. Michelle McCool had a feud with Melina. Beth Phoenix and Melina had feuds. Turned out well. So they have feuds that turn out well. But it's time for WWE to get to the point where they got to make the Diva division better. I give them credit. They doing a lot better job with the tag team division. But the Diva division just been the same for the last couple years. And it's been a long time since we had a good Diva division. And I like what they got on a roster to have a good Diva division. It's just about effort. Give these girls storylines. Get these girls characters for the crowd to get behind. AJ Lee and Paige, that's not a bathroom break match. I want to see these girls go in the ring, be in the feud, talk on the microphone, get us involved with the storyline. Because that's one thing the Divas don't have, and that storyline. And that's why people can't never connect to them. The only time they connect to these Divas is the way they look. Yes, I love to look at these Divas. I love looking at them on Raw and SmackDown. But I have no connection with them when it comes to matches and storylines. There's no connections. Because the matches never mean anything. So why should I care for it? Every time I see a Diva match, I just, I go upstairs, get something to drink, and get a snack. With AJ Lee and Paige, what they doing now, you see, Paige on the, she's on an announce table with, Kang and Michael Cole. So they're doing certain things with her different. AJ Lee is working the microphone a lot. They need to do that for these next couple months with other Divas too. When AJ Lee and Paige get done, you do something with Naomi. You do something with Talia. You do something with Brie and Nikki Bella. get us to care about these divas, and that's why they have to build the diva division around AJ Lee and Paige. You see how the storyline going right now? Once that storyline over, you move on to the next storyline. Because AJ Lee and Paige have characters, and people will get involved with these two characters. And that's all the diva division need. Characters and storylines. That's what they need. You see they doing something with Naomi and Cameron. That's a story development right now. Once Naomi defeat Cameron, she can move on up, go against AJ Lee or Paige. Give us story after story after story. Because that's what the Diva division need. I'm tired of watching, 10 divas in a match that means absolutely nothing. It's time for WWE to give the Diva division credibility. Make it be how the Knockouts division team used to be a couple years ago. That's what I want to see from WWE. So hopefully WWE can do some good with the Diva division storyline. When you look at the way AJ Lee and Paige been going on for the last couple weeks, and it turned out pretty well. So hopefully WWE decides to give us the good Diva division, and like I said, build it around AJ Lee and Paige, and that's the way to do it in my opinion. So don't forget, hit the subscribe button. I'm out. Peace.